Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, the 29th of January, 2021. We are live from Cruiser Nation here in the Bryson Bat Cave. It's Friday. It's kind of a big deal. Let's get into it. Wrapping up the same slide for the last 4 days about your hybrid restart, but I want to make sure we're all on the same page. So we are entering the completion phase of week 1, our AA students. You are on day 2 of virtual learning at home, as you had Monday and Tuesday in the building. Our hybrid AB students, you are on day 2 of in-person learning in the building, as you wrapped up your 2 virtual days on Monday and Tuesday. And CDA, you've been holding it down this whole week, keeping our consistency flowing. We appreciate you. You are awesome. Happy birthday to Ella Grace. I hope it is a phenomenal day filled with many birthday wishes, and I hope it is all you've wanted. You have a birthday on a Friday, that's pretty cool. Student shout outs. Miss Castro, thank you for being willing to step in and help your fellow students work on a project. You are awesome. Miss McCauley, I agree, you are awesome. Kyle Masters is a great student. He makes class a lot of fun, and he helps me with my work. Jackson, cool shout out to your dude there. Congrats, our middle school superintendent advisory council to represent our school. Now, if you don't know this, the superintendent is like above the principal, above the district level. So these are students who are literally going to the top of our district as a part of a student advisory council to help work out your ideas, give suggestions. So this is really cool. Our representatives from Middle School North, having competed with 50 other applicants. Ava, Alexis, and Amari, way to go. We could not be more proud of you. You will join 3 others from each other middle school, so Middle School South and Middle School Central, to form our Middle School Advisory Council, which will then be a part of the overall Superintendent's Advisory Council. Excellent. That's great. Teacher shout out. So I'm shouting out Miss Sabbath because she always makes science fun by doing cahoots and quizzes and other fun assignments. Absolutely, Miss Sabbath is an epic teacher, so I agree with you 100%. Mr. Dillon getting the double shout out. I'm going to read them both. They're the same text, but I want to shout out Mr. Dillon because he told me to. Riley and Alexis, Kermit thinks you're a little sus. PBIS drawing. It is posted in your focus slides, teachers. Please show that briefly for your students. Tennis. Information. If you need this, teachers pause or students ask for this and I'll send it. Same thing with track information. Okay, now we're going to go to our teacher interview with Miss Thompson. And after that, we're going to close for the day. But I want you all to know that you are awesome. You are amazing. And let's have a little word from Mr. Rogers. We all have different gifts. So we all have different ways of telling the world who we are. So remember, just because you approach something differently or you communicate differently doesn't mean you're any less important. Your gift is just a little different than somebody else's, and you are important to us. All right, Miss Thompson, close us out. All right, everybody. I am here with Miss Thompson. Miss Thompson, say hello to the wonderful North family.
Hello, wonderful North family.
So, Miss Thompson, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, all right. Well, first off, I am a huge nerd. I kind of talk about that a lot, but I'm an anime fan. I miss all the anime conventions and the fantasy conventions going on, but I'm glad the libraries are still open so I can still read all my books and I can watch all my shows on Netflix, so it's fine.
Very cool. So do you have like a favorite, a series or group that you would pick out of the anime genre or fantasy genre?
Right now I am watching, it's like called Slime.
Mm-hmm.
So like the new season of anime has started up. So there's a bunch of really good ones. I'm just kind of catching up on all those. And my husband's also an anime fan, so I guess that's what we do in our free time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm more of a sci-fi guy, but I love like the fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, all those kind of things. I've never really gotten into the anime, so you'll have to give me a good starter set to try.
Yep. All right. Well, Cowboy Bebop is also pretty popular. I think people, I kind of think of it just as like regular like cartoons, but like they have a lot of like really good like content too. So
Okay, Cowboy Bebop, you said?
yep.
Okay. So how long have you been with us at Middle School North?
This is my 4th year teaching.
Fourth year. And so what, for somebody who doesn't know you, what's your job at Middle School North?
So I am an intervention specialist. So that means I work with students on something called an IEP, which is an individual education plan. So I just go through and I make sure that like everything is up to their level. I modify things and I get to work with awesome co-teachers in the general education classroom. So it's a pretty cool job.
That's awesome. So what would you say has been the most unique part of this year? Obviously, we're at home some, we're in person. What's been the most unique or difficult part of learning or teaching this year?
Obviously, with the online component, that has not been my favorite thing just because I like to interact with people face to face. But I'm pretty impressed with our group of kids that we have right now because they are showing up, they are trying. So they definitely make it easier. So I'm lucky to have a good group of students.
Absolutely. Yeah, your group of kiddos are awesome. And I pop in your classroom and then some of your meetings. So I think you got a really cool group.
Yes.
Um, So tell me a unique fact about yourself, something that the kids might not know. I know you said that you liked anime, but are there any cool facts about Miss Thompson that people might want to know?
Well, I really like to travel. So I've been to Egypt, Italy, Istanbul, so I obviously can't really travel that much now, but, my grandpa was an army doctor, and,
Mhm.
like, they used to, like, live in a bunch of different places, so it kinda instilled a love of travel in me too, so I would like to get back to travel in the future, but and maybe Japan is my number 1 place to go in the future if possible.
Mhm. What's been your favorite place you visited?
Probably Egypt, just because
Mhm.
I went when I was 13, so it was a long time ago, but there's just nothing quite like it anywhere else in the world. So and there's just so much history there too, so
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to go to Egypt. I would love to go to Japan also. That's on my list. As nerdy as it sounds, I would like to go to the Super Mario World that they just created and put out. So they actually opened it, I think, close to Christmas time, maybe. Um, so it's very cool. It's apparently really small, but it's still like be awesome.
very cool. See, I'm not much of a gamer, I guess I'm not that type of nerd so much, but I like watching people play video games if it has,
Yeah,
like, a storyline to it. But yeah, I'm not very coordinated, so I'm not very good at those types of video games.
yeah. No, I gotcha. I understand completely. Um,
If I could have dinner with anybody, I would probably choose Maya Angelou because she's a poet, an author. In her early life, she was a singer, a dancer, and she later was like a civil rights activist. She was an actress too. I think she would just be an overall really cool person to sit down and have a conversation with. And I would just want to have her read everything that she's ever written because I just think her stuff is pretty great. But on a second option, I would probably choose Dupe's mom because apparently she's pretty cool. So those would be my top choices for who I would have dinner with.
okay, well, part of doing the interview with the staff is we get to ask all kinds of funny questions. So if you could be an animal, which animal would you be and why?
I would definitely be a horse just
Mm,
because like they can be kind of like wild, but they're really reliable. They're pretty animals. I think just horses are super cool. They're useful.
okay. I am absolutely terrified of horses, so I'm glad you're not a horse
Did
because
you
I
have a
don't
bad
think we could.
experience with a horse or something?
Yes, I was knocked off a horse when I was a very small child, and it broke my Power Ranger watch, and I've never forgiven horses since.
Oh, well, yeah, good thing I am not a horse then.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be having this interview.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring up that trauma. I did not
Yeah,
know that you had to go through such a terrifying event.
I didn't think we were going to go down the horse path, so I'll just say nay. Um, all right, well, let's close with if you had to pick one thing, what would you say is the best part of being a cruiser?
See, I know everybody says this, but it is the family element. Like everyone is just so great, both the students and the staff. I couldn't imagine working anywhere else because everyone's just so supportive.
Absolutely. I've been in four four different school districts now, and I've got to say that Groveport, Madison schools is very much a family mentality, but most of all, middle school north, we just there's not a hallway, not a classroom, not a person who's not there for kids. And you, Ms. Thompson, are a great example of that. So thank you for your time, and everybody, as always, it is great to be a cruiser. Bye, everybody.